Alright, hello everybody. It is time for another arena video, and if we're going to do this video right, we're going to do it right, to my right. My right, not your right. Anyway, say hello to Queen Resting Bitch Face. No, seriously, Mashari is one of the most miserable characters I've ever seen on this, so it's no wonder I have her, right? Because that's Umbra some days. But, you know, quick cheap shots at myself aside, what we're going to be doing today is we're effectively running this composition, just really strong, but running Mashari to kind of get some initial footage, some early like matchups and whatnot. And we're going to start with one that I think is going to be generally pretty easy. This character in the bottom right has caused me some headaches in the past. But you know what? We got tons of arena orbs. Let's use some of them. So for the sake of this video, Mashari is only level 115, so I haven't completely maxed her yet. Also, I'm running her as a time mage sub-job because of the bonuses that I thought it would give. Now, I do think that there's some interesting premises of just running her as her primary job and her secondary job, but more than anything, we're just here to get some initial footage, testing her out. Like, I've been running her as, not this, but I've been running her as a calculator all week, and having pretty decent success. Arena's kind of become pretty varied, which for all intents and purposes is good news, because you know what? When we were just in Light Hill, very easy to potentially counter, not so easy to enjoy. As you can see, we're taking a fair bit of damage right now. But we actually do have a little bit of protection here, just from our combination. So we're going to take, this is where we're going to get fighting, and ooh, a little bit of poison. That's pretty nasty. We got rid of that ability. Mashari is going to end up taking out her. Pretty nice. Lose a fair amount of HP. And as you can see, pretty safe because she is not going to get anything else done to us. But yeah, as you can see, Mashari staying in the back, being a pretty darn good support, but her time mage is not a super big priority to her. She runs instead her main buffs, which if we just take a look here, you can kind of get an idea for her equipment, her stats, her general synergy with certain things, and her resistances. She's pretty good, and she's really good against the lightning matchup, but Time Mage honestly doesn't seem like a really big priority for her, and I've turned basically everything off in Time Mage, but it really doesn't end up being much more of a priority than her own skills, and to be fair, her own skills are pretty darn good, but getting her to use her auto re-raise does feel more than a little bit tricky because she seems to really like doing the buffing thing. So we'll actually take a look at that. This is the skill that she is running, and it is good, but let's try turning it off. We're going to do a little experimentation today with this. I mean, I'm very clearly going to end pretty well for Arena this week. No. No. I know what you're already thinking, and the answer is no. We have to be a little tactful with who we go up against. You know what? We'll do this, I think. I do think that this will be a loss, but I think it will be good footage because we have two Masharis in the same matchup. So I think this will be a loss primarily because of Lil Leela and Darkfina, the two of them together, plus the fact that whoever this person is has already maxed Mashari, which was not a priority for me. And you're up to 115 was already expensive enough with a collaboration coming. You know, enjoy the music kind of thing. We're running some Mega Man X music this evening because it's really good. But yeah, that's a TMR skill. Lots and lots of buffs. Must be the TMR skill. Oh yeah, it is the TMR skill that she's running. It's a little unfortunate because I really, really like her to run the other thing. Big counter there as well. Okay, we did get a cast of haste off. Unfortunately, though, our tank is pretty much, yeah, super, super, super dead. And this just comes with a little bit of this map. There's a lot of separation between it. And there's that auto re-raise. Dark Fina is a seriously really good unit. And guess we didn't decide to use it. Yeah, that's unfortunately a wash, but okay, all right, game. All right, I get it. I lose. You are the superior nerd. We get it. I do love the game over screens in this. Like, they actually mean anything. All right, so yeah, that was a pretty much a wash, but I kind of usually know that. Isn't really overly helping with some of the separation. We'll try against light evasion, because this is one of the things. And maybe we should disable her TMR skill, because I don't think it's doing too much, and it's very clearly unusually high on her priority list, which, by the way, if you're wondering, missile resistance as well as a defense increase, which, you know, that didn't really help us in the last matchup against mages. This is definitely where, like, I had set Queen Macherie this week, but there's been so many other distractions. I really haven't had a good chance, but one thing I'm noting really quickly is that Macherie's damage output still seems pretty shockingly low. So it'll be interesting to see where Fina ends up here. Alright, we've used that skill twice. Jaden's fired off one of his shots, like he usually does. And haste is also impeding her re-raise skill. For whatever reason, Macherie seems very reluctant to use her haste skill, which is pretty nasty. There you go, there's the reflex, which is not good for us. I'm even finding just really weird things going on with... yeah, this is really, really unfortunate, like spacing and everything. Second hit on that. Very nice, but Macherie dies. And as you can see, like, her AI seems very, very not interested in casting her re-raise, which is definitely a problem that I've come across recently. So now we're just having essentially a slap fight. And this is where it gets annoying for one person or the other. Probably me. Okay, alright. Well, we came down to essentially the coin toss, as it usually does with the light element. So let's try making a few changes to our setup and see if we can improve. So I think the first thing that we want to do is we want to just get rid of, not her limit burst. We want to get, I mean, this hasn't been improved at all. I was not interested in improving this TMR. I think I've just equipped it mainly for, because, I don't know, it was the first thing that effectively came up. And thinking about it, maybe I prefer more of a Una one in case she gets in trouble. That might be a little bit more interesting. I would be okay with her using that. Let's scroll up here. The one thing I'm thinking of is let's switch her out to her main job Now this gives her a healing skill as well as gives her a stop skill too, and this might be interesting. Also, please note my faith is not perfect on this. I know. There's just been too much to do this week. All right. Let's see how her AI improves on a matchup that we feel really, really certain about. Because the shooting resistance, while nice, and the defense increase, while nice, I kind of just want to focus on something else. But we're also just getting a whole bunch of our Astrius just using a lot of HP, which usually is pretty good about using both of his skills. Ah well. Is what it is. And while I'm doing this, I'm just totally going to upload another video. Well, fine. This will probably be going up on the Monday because reasons. Alright. Hope review is getting uploaded right now. Alright, so there's the AP and guts. That's what we like to see here. And thankfully, while we did take a little bit of damage there, it's going to be just really nice because that has lured a unit out that we kind of wanted to get out of there for a second. All right. Then again, we might just get AoE'd because of the hate on this. All right, there's the re-skill, and because of that, she does get another attack, but unfortunately didn't work there. Oh well. There's Astrius' heal. That's going to keep him pretty safe here. So yeah, a win, not as certain as a win as I wanted, but you know, auto is what auto does. And Mashiri generally felt better there in her performance because she was using some more of the skills that I was more interested in. But let's take a peek here. We're going to look through, see what we got. We got Earth Element, might be kind of interesting. What else we got? You can also probably take a little bit of a peek here. This is someone who's definitely invested heavily into Mashiri. You can see running her primarily as her main job, about 7,000 HP. Running even Elena's TMR on there, so that's interesting. We might do that one. What else we got? Now, if I had my free choice, this would be the one I would choose because that one is absolutely a free win. But I think we will try the Earth Element, partially for the mirror. Oh, this is actually, I kind of want to do this one. This one's a little more on even footing, I feel like, and I haven't seen a Maraga in a while, so let's test. This will be our final one for the video. A little more even, you know, 2 120s versus 2 120s and a 115 to round it out. I feel pretty interested in this. Now, of course, Celeste is primarily a magic tank, so, you know, if we were really clever, and we're not, June would probably be the one that we'd want in this kind of matchup, just because, you know, wind, elemental tank, physical tank, gonna have a lot of advantage against an entire Earth Elemental team, but we're gonna play this and see how it goes. So she's getting her re-raise skill active, we're getting our AP buff skills, but even now you can see that the movement has drastically changed between what we were running before and what we were running now. So she's running hers. Running the hate up on there. Oh, that's actually a really big hit. Magic attack canceled. Nice little double hit there. Saves us a little bit of damage. Huge hit by the Oberon, which is... But I think with her re-raise skill, yeah, that was just some Good AoEs on the part of the AI on the other side. Not so much on our side. Is what it is, right? So, yeah, I gave you a little bit of an idea of what Mashuri is good at. Her re-raise counter is not as impactful as I thought, and I found that her damage is pretty lacking for a level 100 and like a 100 cost unit. There might be more to the puzzle, and I'll definitely be testing Resting Bitch Face here out to see whether or not she gets, if I can improve her performance a little bit. But for now, yeah, that's just a general look. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful, or at least entertaining. So thanks for watching. See you next time.